Hi, my name is Vas Solo. I'm a recovered drug addict and alcoholic, a practicing yogi, and a certified meditation instructor. For 12 years, I struggled to control my drug and alcohol use and couldn't. I made resolution after resolution to quit, but found that I was powerless against those overpowering cravings. But as soon as I worked step 2 and 3 with my sponsor, they were gone. So, if you've been trying to quit on your own, but find that you can't because the cravings are just too strong, please watch this video. I'm gonna tell you how I got rid of them by working those 2 simple steps. The most frustrating thing about my addiction was my inability to control my cravings. I tried everything: abstinence, moderation, taking the weekend off, going away for the weekend, deleting dealers' numbers, switching from hard liquor to beer, exercising more, setting goals, reading self-help books, taking cold showers, the list goes on. And none of it worked. It was frustrating because in other areas of my life I had discipline. But when it came to drugs and alcohol, my willpower was non-existent. So when I finally went to get help and I met people who were once daily crack users and they had been clean for 5, 10, 15 years, all I wanted to know was how were they able to control their cravings? And they told me that I actually didn't have to control them as long as I was connected to something bigger than me.
If you're drinking and taking drugs every day and you're really happy with your life, then there's not a problem. This program's only applicable when you require a mechanic to move you from one state to another state, from unconsciousness to consciousness, from unaware to aware.
A big misconception about the 12 steps is that it's a religious program. It's not. It's spiritual. So you don't have to be a specific denomination to recover. You just have to have an open mind. And I did. I didn't care so much for religion, but I was open to the possibility that something bigger than me could exist. My experiences with psychedelics had convinced me that reality is far stranger than it seems. But that's as far as my spirituality went. For the most part, I didn't think about it. When I started working the program, it wasn't to become more spiritual. I just wanted to stop using drugs. But I quickly learned that spirituality was an integral aspect of recovery. Once I finished step 1 by admitting that I was powerless over drugs and alcohol, next came step 2. My sponsor asked me, "Vas, do you believe that a power greater than you can restore you to sanity?" And without thinking twice or blinking an eye, I said, "Yes." And then he asked me, "Are you ready to turn your will and your life over to the care of God as you understand Him?" Which is step 3. And again, for some reason, without hesitating or missing a beat, I said yes. At the time, I didn't fully understand the implications of what had happened, but it just felt right. And to be honest, I was desperate. I was willing to do whatever it took to recover. If my sponsor said, "Take your clothes off and run down the street yelling, 'I've been saved,' I probably would have done it. That's how bad I wanted sobriety. And what happened after I worked those steps blew my mind. The weekend came and I had no desire to use. I thought it was some sort of anomaly. But weekend after weekend passed, and the cravings never returned. You can make of it what you will. To me, it's a miracle, one that I witnessed many times in the program. I've personally worked with at least 10 other addicts who have experienced it as well. Now, there are some people who do struggle with these 2 steps, mainly those who consider themselves atheists and agnostics. And if you're one of them and your instinct is to reject what I'm telling you before you click on another video, here is something that you should consider. First, look at the millions of addicts who have recovered this way. Clearly, something is working for them. So, why not be like a scientist who takes a theory and conducts his experiments and finds out if it's true? Second, who can say with absolute certainty that nothing bigger is out there? Especially when we know how vast, complex, and mysterious the universe is. Why let your mind reject the idea before you give it a chance? Especially when this is the same mind that's led you to become an addict. And finally, what do you have to lose? What means more to you? Your dogmatic beliefs about reality, or getting clean and putting your life in order? Why not take that leap of faith like millions of others and at least see what's on the other side? Like we say in the program, if it doesn't work for you, we'll refund your misery.
There's no point not believing in God and then being really bloody unhappy. I'm an atheist. Is it working for you? No, I'm fucking miserable. Well, then consider some other possibility.
Believe it or not, today I'm actually glad that I became an addict. because it made me realize that my whole life I was looking for something meaningful. All those years when I felt different, when I rejected the status quo and tried forging my own path, when I was lost and looking for meaning, purpose, and direction. All those years when I tried to fill that bottomless void with food, sex, drugs, and accomplishments and none of it worked. All those years I was looking for God. And when I had my spiritual awakening as the result of working the steps, I recovered because I finally found what I was looking for. So, what are you looking for? And have you found it? Or are you killing yourself with drugs and alcohol and you have no idea why? If you are, then maybe it's time you looked elsewhere and tried something different. Take it from someone that knows how you feel and that's been there. You don't need to keep suffering. There is a solution. So why not check out a meeting? Get a sponsor, work the steps. I promise you, it will change your life. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please support the channel by sharing, liking, subscribing, and make sure to hit the bell. I'll be making many more videos about recovery and working the steps, so please subscribe. If you have something that you want to share, please post it in the comments. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.